It's kind of surprising that his lawyers are letting him speak. Having watched his two interviews, the word delusional kept coming into mind, right? That he's in a reality that's not real. A lot of narcissism, a lot of grandiosity. But the reality is, like, Sam and his cohorts perpetuated a fraud. They used customer money to make bets that he poorly risk managed after he made them. Like, let's forget about the risk management. The problem was he took our money. And so he needs to get prosecuted.
Hey guys, welcome back to Library of Wealth. Today we have the CEO of Galaxy Digital and Bitcoin maximalist Mike Novogratz discussing the many hits he's taken from the crypto winter and the collapse of FTX into bankruptcy as just the latest blow. Last month, Novogratz's crypto financial services firm disclosed a $76.8 million exposure to FTX, while Novogratz has lost 64% of his net worth just this year. Even though Sam Bankman-Fried came out this week and said he didn't ever try to commit fraud, the evidence speaks to the contrary. When FTX imploded last month, many inside and outside the crypto world were completely shocked. The $32 billion exchange had established itself as a leader in the field, and with its collapse came the shaken confidence of the cryptocurrency sector and sparked renewed calls for tighter regulation. Let's get into the latest interview with Mike Novogratz as he gives us his reaction to investor fallout. Be sure to stay until the end of the video, where Novogratz will give an update on the price prediction for Bitcoin and the crypto market and what we can expect next. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy the content we do here on this channel. Let's get right into the video.
There's $9 billion that seem to have been moved out of the exchange into his personal accounts. Like, you don't need a whole lot more evidence than that. But I'm not a prosecutor, and he will be investigated. He will be prosecuted. And if the facts turn out the way I expect them to, he will spend time in jail. Is Sam a horrible guy? He's been kind. He's got a kind demeanor. I think he was delusional and detached from a reality. And him and his team did things that no bank should do, no exchange should do, and no person should do. Well, if you think about it, like, he had the perfect pedigree for this, right? He went to MIT. His parents were both lauded Stanford professors. He worked at Jane Street, which is one of the best, arbitrage high frequency shops in the world. And so with those credentials, and then starting to make money as an arbitrageur, people bought in. And as one big VC credentializes them, and then the next, people do less work. I think, in a lot of ways, his Bermuda shorts and floppy hair, and I'm going to give all my money away, worked as a distraction to people really understanding. But fraud's hard to detect. When we looked at it, right, we were not an investor. We were a participant on his exchange. We did normal due diligence. They showed us contracts. Their contract was our coins are our coins, and we have title to them, and they're not supposed to be able to use them to fund his family office. And listen, you wish there was more transparency. Now we're moving with most exchanges to proof of reserves. Binance is leading that charge, but almost all the exchanges offshore and onshore will soon go to proof of reserves. So you actually can use on-chain analytics to prove that centralized companies actually have the money they say they did. I don't think humans are coded to think people will lie to their face like sociopaths. And it's why we have these things show up, from Elizabeth Holmes to Sam Bankman-Fried to Bernie Madoff to the guy at Archipelagos. We've taken our exchange balances down as a precaution. We've gone through each exchange, talked to the guys that run them, look at the auditing, look at proof of reserves, and we make our best bet, right? When you were putting money on an exchange, you never expected it to be all at risk. Right? Exchanges put a lot of your coins in cold storage, and then the rest was left on exchange. So you really thought you only had risk of hacking. Very few people thought risk of somebody stealing your money. And that's a new risk that people are going to have to look at a lot closer.
Bankman-Fried resigned as CEO on the same day that FTX and affiliated trading arm Alameda Research filed for bankruptcy. That followed a liquidity crunch stemming from either a crypto version of a bank run or the sudden realization of a massive fraud, with frantic FTX customers making $6 billion in withdrawal requests in a matter of days amid questions over the exchange's solvency.
Listen, I would say stay tuned. We are going to lean into the opportunity set that we see. There are a lot of cheap assets right now. There'll be a lot of distressed assets. We're going to build for where we think the puck will be in 2 years. I can't guarantee that the same amount of people we have in business X will be in business X in 3 months' time. I think we'll shift a lot of assets around the board. But I would bet you that in 3 months' time, we have more employees then than we do now, mostly because we're looking at some small acquisitions.
You made this comment.
This is a setback for crypto, but there's an inevitability that digital assets are going to be part of our future, and we're going to make that bet. We can't talk specific about our relationship with the regulators, but I would say broadly, yes, regulators are they have some egg on their face in that Sam was very far along at pitching to be the cash Bitcoin market here in the U.S., both with SEC and CFTC, and so he was deep in conversation. And so they're trying to figure out how in the heck did that happen. Mm-hmm. Naturally, they're reaching out to industry players to understand the links. And so I do think people will wonder, why is the guy not in handcuffs if he did something wrong? White collar crime takes a long time to prosecute. Hey. And you're going to see this happen more slowly than most people want.
You said Bitcoin could hit 500,000 in 5 years. 1 year is gone, and it's at 16,000. It'll take a lot to get there. So do you still believe that that's possible?
Not in 5 years, and I'll tell you why. The biggest change that happened, and the reason Bitcoin went from 69,000 down to the 20,000s, is Jay Powell decided to find his central banking, superpowers and start bashing inflation over the head with a series of rate hikes that have taken rates from 0 to 4+%. Like, it's pretty much that simple. It's why all frothy assets, growth assets that were quote inflation hedges went down, because we are in the process of beating inflation over the head. Yeah. I don't think long-term it's sustainable, given the political climate, that our governments are going to spend what they have. They're going to spend more than they have, like they always do. And in that case, you're going to see this inflation and the debasement of currency harder and harder to control. But right now, the Fed's in control, and they're doing a darn good job. And that's the main reason why crypto went down. Yeah. Listen, the rest of this malarkey that we've had between Three Arrows and BlockFi and Celsius and all these companies that were either poorly run or fraudulently run certainly is hurting the overall confidence in crypto. Right. But this too shall pass. They will be brushed off into the dustbin of history. Yeah. And the industry itself is going to emerge having learned lessons stronger, and you're going to see the price take back off.
Novogratz calls the FTX fiasco a setback for crypto, but he remains bullish on the sector. His firm recorded a $555 million loss in the second quarter, due partly to the stablecoin Terra and its related cryptocurrency Luna collapsing. Last month, it announced it would cut as much as 20% of its global workforce and registered a $68.1 million loss for the third quarter. Novogratz still holds strong to his Bitcoin price prediction of $500,000, even amid the latest fallout. He believes the market will recover and will see massive changes during the coming bull run for crypto. What do you think about the latest interview with Mike Novogratz? And what is your prediction for Bitcoin heading into 2023? Comment down below. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is Library of Wealth. We'll see you in the next video.